What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here, and I want to come to y'all today and let y'all know about some of the artist residencies that are out there that are available to y'all. And I want to break down what artist residencies actually are, because some of us actually know, but some of us don't. All right. Now, an artist residency is basically an opportunity where normally nonprofit organizations or organizations that are affiliated with the education system, they'll basically put money up for artists of different mediums to travel to different places. You'll go stay there, whether it's 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks, up to 6 months in certain cases, where they'll allow you to stay in a location with probably anywhere between 5 to 10 other artists in different mediums, and you'll get to work on your craft and create projects and get paid to do that during that whole time. And you live there rent free, and in some cases your meals are even provided by the organization. Now, what you have to do in exchange for that is basically create presentations around whatever it is that you're working on, or you have to be utilizing a certain area within the house, document it, and you have to be working. So it's not just an excuse to go travel somewhere and then you're not being productive. You actually have to create along the way. You have to present it. You have to explain what it is that you're working on. They also encourage that y'all convene with each other during your meals and actually communicate. And it's just a great way for artists to get paid, be compensated for their work, also get an opportunity to travel to some places that you may otherwise not go to, because they're normally in small towns in different cities and states. A lot of times they're in rural areas, and they encourage you to use the surroundings, like I said. So you might be on a farm, or you might be on a big plot of land that's in the middle of nowhere, but you know, they've jazzed it up and they have different studio spaces that you can utilize. You can go paint, you can go record, you can go off and do scenography, you can photograph things, all sorts of mediums, like I said. But you have to document your work and be willing to do workshops and things of that nature. They also encourage you to go out into the community, so there may be a community service element to it as well that you have to fulfill during your time there. You also can't have any guests. There are some that will allow like a significant other to join you, but you can't just be bringing strangers into the house. So for those of y'all that like to travel and get it in with people, with randos, may not be for you. But I'm gonna just run down some of the residency opportunities, because I was presented with this in an email recently. I'm not traveling due to, you know, all this Omicron and Megatron and all this stuff going on, so I figured I'd pass it along to y'all, and you know, hopefully somebody out there sees the value in it. So the first artist residency that I have is for the Fine Arts Work Center Visual Arts Fellowship in Provincetown, Massachusetts. All right. And the Fine Arts Work Center provides 7-month fellowships to 20 fellows each year. This fellowship is open to all emerging visual artists creating 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, and time-based work. Fellows receive living and workspace and $1,000 monthly stipend plus $1,000 in exit stipend to support relocation at the end of the fellowship. All event facilities and administrative offices, as well as 2 living spaces and several artist studios, are ADA appliant. You have to apply for this by February 1st, okay? And if you want to get more information on how to get these or how to see these residencies, you have to go to the ACA, which is the the Artist Communities Alliance Network. All right. The next one we have is the Elsewhere Living Museum and Artist Residency in Greensboro, North Carolina. All right. So annually, 30 to 35 residents are selected to collectively live and work within Elsewhere to create projects that activate the Living Museum. Residents receive living accommodations, collaborative studio space, and access to materials and equipment. Elsewhere has eliminated fees from their residency and now offer 2 fellowships that include a $1,000 honoraria and travel costs. Elsewhere now offers off-site accessible housing through Creative Aging Network. For any accessibility needs, please contact Elsewhere's programs manager at museum. All right, so you got to go to goelsewhere.org and you have to apply for this by February 1st. Next in line, we have the Peterborough Foundation Interdisciplinary Artist Residency Program. All right, this is in Winchester, Virginia. The Peterborough Foundation provides residencies to emerging artists and scholars. Each residency period is 4 weeks long and shared with 1 or 2 other artists. Hosting a community workshop virtually or in person during the residency is encouraged but not required. Artists receive private living space, a private studio, and a $550 stipend. Meals are not provided. You got to apply for that by February 22nd. Next up, we have the Kimmel Harding Nelson Center for the Arts Residency. All right, this is in Nebraska City, Nebraska. KHN awards up to 72 to 8 week residencies every year. Each resident receives a $100 stipend per week, housing, and a private studio. KHN's program gives special consideration to emerging artists and Nebraska artists by reserving a certain number of residencies for these groups. KHN's facility has limited accessibility. Please contact them directly for more information. You have to apply for this by March 1st. Next up, we have Sorelle's Place Artist Residency in Boise, Idaho. Sorelle's Place offers 1-month residencies throughout the year for 1 artist at a time. Artists will receive living and studio space for free and a $100 stipend. Teaching artists who participate in Sorelle's Place Partner Arts program in nearby schools, those people receive higher stipends. There is a wheelchair ramp and all doorways are wide enough for the wheelchair. Outlets are elevated. The shower is a walk-in shower with a built-in bench and handheld shower head. All right, you got to apply for this by March 1st. And like I said, man, y'all can go to the Artist Communities Alliance Network and learn all about these residencies. There's a lot more residency opportunities that are available. I was just going through the ones that were in my email, and you have to have those in between February and March of this year. Throughout the year, there will be some more residencies available. And I just want to inform y'all, man, my whole brand, everything that I'm about, my whole communication with y'all and engagement is based on educating and informing. Even when things don't necessarily benefit me directly, I still want to pass these things along because it can benefit you. It can help you get out and experience the world. It can help you get out and, be appreciated for your work in a different way than just doing showcases in your town, in your city, trying to get your local friends and family to rally behind what it is that you're doing. You can go be out there with complete strangers in a new location, go explore what those towns are like and see what it inspires in your creations. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go out and get introduced to different places and have to introduce a different workflow into the way that you do things, I'm pretty sure it's going to inspire a totally different way of approaching things, and you probably come out with a result that you never would have had you not explored that option, right? So yeah, man, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you share this with somebody. Go ahead and like the page, drop a comment down there for me. If you're watching this on social media, I greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you share this with somebody. Share it with a bunch of people, to be honest, because there's so many visual artists, photographers, musical artists, filmmakers, etc. that probably are in the beginning stages and don't know that these things exist. So make sure that y'all share this content. All right, much love and respect. See y'all in the next video. Peace.